Today we're going to talk about how to survive the holidays with your family. You know, we have we have Christmas coming up, we have Hanukkah coming up, other holidays, and you know, it's supposed to be like peace on earth and joy to the world and happy Hanukkah present opening and Hanukkah guild and everything's supposed to be perfect. And sometimes the idea of going and spending a lot of time, you know, with your family at a dinner or doing the presents makes you feel like screaming or throwing the turkey out the window. I totally understand, you know, especially when you have kind of nosy, know-it-all, or battle axe relatives. You know, you come and you're going to the, you know, dinner, and you know, Aunt Nosy wants to know, oh, what happened to that guy that you brought last year, you know, and it just cuts you to the quick. Somehow your relatives, these bad egg relatives, somehow know where you're feeling vulnerable, and they bring up exactly the topic you don't want to talk about, you don't want to think about. You know, that can just send your feelings down south, you know, where instead of feeling happy and enjoying things, you're just feeling kind of sad or miserable or lonely or hopeless. And so, you know, I thought today we talk about tips for really having a happy holiday, no matter what your family is like, and no matter what your bad egg relatives are like. And it is entirely possible. You know, number one is you can set your own intention for a holiday. You don't need to kind of relive patterns, old patterns from the past. You can set your own intention. It's just like when you're finding love, you can set your love intention. And we talk a lot about that in the Love Mentor coaching program. And you want to do it in the present tense, you know. So you could actually declare, this is the happiest Hanukkah or the happiest Christmas I've ever had. You can declare it. You can declare it. Hi, Carrie. Or you can say, you know, this is a surprisingly wonderful holiday that's filled with a lot of fun for me and joy or peace. So when you make that declaration, you know, you're less likely to fall into the old trap of being bored to death, or you can't wait to get out of there, feeling like you kind of have to play along with whatever's happening. In fact, when you make that kind of intention, what I want you to do is, as soon as possible, make sure you can excuse yourself and have some fun. Really have some fun. Go out in nature, go for a walk, make snow angels with the kids. Make sure you're giving yourself fun, no matter what else is happening. Hey, Kristen. Yes. So that is an awesome thing to do. You know, set your intention. And number two is to really bring spirituality back to the holiday. You know, we get so overwhelmed with holiday rushing around and what we need to get done, and the decorations and the gifts, and, you know, the food and taking care of everybody. We sometimes forget to bring spirituality into it. And this is so key, you know. I was just meditating before this Facebook Live. I was feeling this holiday overwhelm, like, oh my God, hey, Angelia. I was feeling this holiday overwhelm. And I was just meditating before we started today. And I was feeling so good. I was feeling this really deep, wonderful experience of actually being connected to you guys in this state of love. And it was beautiful, really beautiful. So take some time, you know, to pray or meditate or be in nature. This will give you the peace on earth that is so much better than unwrapping even 100 presents, you know. Number three is to actually shock your bad egg relatives into being good egg relatives. Now, what do I mean by that? If you're going to see, you know, your cranky uncle who, you know, is always kind of making you feel bad, think of three things you love about that person or admire about that person. You know, even if it's a tiny thing, like, you know, their hair color, or they're good with a crossword puzzle. And when you arrive and interact with them from the very beginning, give them these compliments like, oh, uncle, you know, oh my God, you know, I love the way you do those crossword puzzles. You know, it sets a tone. It really sets a tone, and what goes around comes around. So they can be shocked into being more appreciative of you and more loving towards you. And you would be surprised what actually comes out when you define things positively that way. It's very, very, very powerful. The next thing I found really great is to use the therapist's secret. The therapist's secret. So what is that? To think about it, I'm sure you guys, I mean, we've all been in therapy sessions pretty much. And the therapist is like looking at you and nodding and kind of, they're kind of in the catbird seat. They're kind of one up. They're kind of, you might say, judging you in a way. I mean, it's not negative, but they're in a way, they're kind of in a distant um, kind of way of tracking you. They're tracking what you're saying, but in a detached way where they're not taking any emotional reaction to it. So if you want to use the therapist's secret, what you do with someone who comes at you with negative comments or advice that is unwanted, and man, unwanted advice is like an assault on somebody, because you're basically telling them they're doing something wrong. You really should be blah, blah. You really should be doing that. You really should be going out with these other guys, you know. So if you just use the therapist's secret, you're going to nod and you're going to say, is that so? Yes, I understand you feel that way. And this it totally frees you from the old feelings of, you know, of fighting with these people or feeling hurt and kind of bad. So the therapist's secret, the therapist's secret is great. And the final thing is to actually take charge of creating a positive experience, like at the dinner table, a positive tradition of sharing and gratitude. You know, you don't have to be shy about this, and you don't have to sit there and suffer while they go through the same old conversations. You know, when you're around the dinner table, you can ask each person to talk about their favorite memories of the holiday, especially the blessings and the small miracles that have occurred during the holiday. And of course, they're going to fight you, especially the youngsters, you know, the teenagers or the young adult. I don't want to do that. Oh, that's stupid. That's silly. But when you just hang in there with this idea, everybody winds up having a wonderful time, including the teenagers and the young adults. It really gets very, very powerful. It's a very powerful love feast for the holiday. You can have a gratitude and love feast, and you will come away from that completely uplifted, you know, and feeling good that you know, initiated that kind of interaction. It's really pretty special. You know, I've done it a number of times, and it always works when you bring it up with love. Like, oh, I'd love to hear your fondest memories. I'd love to hear your blessings of this season, you know. it really opens that up. And this helps you, you know, with feeling good with yourself, which is really where it's at. Your beautiful, 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 amazing diamond self. Yes, yes, we all have it. We all have it. So that's it. You know, I'm wishing you the most wonderful holidays you ever, ever, ever had. No matter what you're dealing with right now with your family or in your dating life, you know. And I want to hear about it. I definitely want to hear about it. Come back to the page, Dating to True Love Mentor, and fill us in. And always remember, you can create the happiest relationship you've ever had as well. Yes, you definitely can, no matter what you're facing. So anyway, love you guys. I want you to please take advantage of all the wonderful resources we have. Go to loveiN90days.com. That's loveiN90days.com. Sign up for the free newsletter. You get free support. You can have a free session with one of my unbelievable love mentor coaches for 40 minutes by phone or Skype. You can sign up for that. And please come join us every Thursday at 2 on my Facebook page, Dating to True Love Mentor. And if you like this video, please like it and share it. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, definitely, you know, subscribe if you get a chance to my channel down below. There's lots of interesting things on there. And I appreciate liking and sharing the video there as well. Anyway, I love you guys, wishing you the happiest holidays, and I'm going to meet with you next Thursday at 2 Eastern. Thanks a lot. Love you. Bye.